Just before we talk to Jah Steve from Counteract crew, I'm gonna feature a few tracks. As the exit dangling, let's welcome Jah Steve and the Counteract crew. Through track reggae. International recording artist residing right here in South Florida. Goes by the name of Jah Steve. Alongside the Counteract crew.
Music for a mission, music for a cause. This one is for everybody. The early youth man and even granny. Please take a look at what we're talking and then you will see. The sin never hurt nobody. It's good for your health, won't make you greedy. Gives you a good sense of balance when it's time to think. Me have to hide from police. When me they're out the street, there are some things that you just cannot meet. We can't put it down now.
Man, them say them can't put it down. Jah Steve and the Counteract crew. They present their album release party, Stand Strong, Saturday, October 14th at 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. At Tree Lion Juice Bar and Vegetarian Meals, 5705 Hallandale Beach Boulevard, that's in West Park. Just east of 441 on Miramar Parkway. 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's a live reggae performance, a live band. A local artist also performing, DJs all night. Redeemed this flyer for a free CD. Greetings, my brethren. I intentionally made that one play right out, sir.
Ah, thank you. Great to be here.
Greetings, my brother.
And
greetings. Of course, I'm going to start off by saying that, I have known Jah Steve for 17 years now exactly.
Wow, time goes by fast.
Very, very fast, you know.
Yeah.
And that's back when I used to do the reggae Sunday night down at the Marlin Hotel on South Beach.
Yep, down in the basement, kind of that dance floor
That's
area.
right.
That was
right.
nice.
That's right.
Good setting.
Definitely. And you used to come down there with another band. I'm sure which you're not going to be afraid to talk about.
Back in my Fourth Dimension days.
Most definitely.
Yeah. That's my main staple. That's what a lot of people do know me from is the 15-year span of Fourth Dimension down here in South Florida.
Oh, so you had just basically started then when I had met you.
Yeah, we were basically kicking off. 17, 18 years in that, because now it's been about 3 years since I've been out of the Fourth Dimension project. So yeah, we was probably a year in the game when we had finally met up with the Eye.
Man, I know how these things can go. Bob Marley and the Wailers became just the Wailers, or Bob Marley by himself. You know, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes just became, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Commodores, Lionel Richie, all of these things. If you don't mind, you know, when I saw Fourth Dimension throughout these years, I saw a bunch of brothers. I did not know that it would split, but you tell me what's going on right there. You don't have to tell me the reason. I mean,
no, it's a total open book. And when we did split on good terms, and it wasn't nothing too quick or fast, but it kind of seemed like the project had reached its full potential. So at this point, I said, for the case of music and for the sake of everybody's potential and abilities and talents, to let them flourish, they would need more room and space. Mm-hmm. So our project, we were doing good. We were a working band, and it was our survival. It was our little bread and butter. That was our main thing, is that we'd have to gig and, you know.
Sounds good. I hear that, and that sounds
do
like
our thing. And it kind of plateaued to a point where it was like, hey, either let the ship sink or let it kind of free up some weight and let it move forward.
You know something, I was talking to Morgan Heritage, you know, in the past.
Yeah.
And when they're still Morgan Heritage, but when they all did their individual projects, it was a similar reason.
Right. They all have different talents
similar
and
reason,
different influences, and there's different directions the branches want to grow.
Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, another good example.
Absolutely.
When
you
the
can see
when
the
the
different
melody,
sounds that
definitely. And they all came out and did their thing differently.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I can safely say this, that when you were a part of a Fourth Dimension band, I'm saying it not only to you, but I want my audience to hear this, that although you guys probably never heard about Fourth Dimension like that, but my audience, please listen to me. Fourth Dimension was at one point one of the hardest working bands in South Florida. Was voted that more than once, more than twice, right?
We were very devoted, and we stuck together, and that was kind of what our reputation, you know, showed, and what projected our image as well, was that unity and that hard work that we put in our group. You know, it inspired many groups down here to form.
There you go, because that's what I was about to
groups
say.
Have been inspired by the Fourth Dimension project, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm proud of that also, because to
Most
inspire ones along the way is a beautiful thing.
And so now it's the Jah Steve and the Counteract crew.
Yeah.
Well, the name Jah Steve never changed. That's how I met you, and that's what you still are, Jah Steve. But
my name has
crew.
always been known as Jah Steve, even in the Fourth Dimension project. So I just continued to keep it simple. You know, Jah Steve being me, the head of my project. And the Counteract crew was a name that I had came up with. I knew that it was going to be hard to find brothers like my fellow brothers in Fourth Dimension to stay so devoted to a project.
Gotcha.
You know, even in our first couple years, we took all our money we earned and put it back in the band so we can have, you know, certain revenues to work with and go out there and try and build something. So I figured the members behind me will probably be changing time and time again due to the dynamics of living and life and so forth. So, and I wanted a name that was kind of tough also, something that meant, you know, if something bad's going on here, we counteract it with good right here. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the attitude behind the name, Counteract Crew.
No, I totally understand. And in the Counteract crew, I mean, you have a recognized name here, I mean, within the Caribbean community, which is Mr. Basil Creary, a.k.a. Benbow, one of the greatest percussionists around here.
You know, I talk to reggae fans and reggae lovers around the world, and they hear that I've got Basil Creary, a.k.a. Benbow, as my drummer. And that actually Benbow was working with us in Fourth Dimension for like 3 years as well.
Okay.
So it's been a good 5 to 7 years, you know, that I've been working with Benbow, and I play bass and sing. So
you're telling me. I wanted to tell the people that because not many musicians can play bass and sing
at the same time
and do it competently.
Yeah, that's my little forte is that I play bass and I front my band with the bass guitar. But, you know, locking in with Benbow's swing as a bass player, I've really, you know, united with him. But point being, I tell cats that are reggae fans around the world, they say, oh, man, Basil Creary, you're talking about like one of the top 5 reggae drummers in the world. Because that's the kind of respect and reputation that this veteran has pulled off. And for him to be working in such a hardcore underground project as mine, in the years that he reached now in age, you know, he's rocking in his 60s, and you wouldn't know if he was in his 30s or not.
I was just about to say I would never believe that he was in his 60s.
I mean, he's up and down the coast with me. We're working hard. We're pumping out gigs. Our schedule's demanding sometimes, and sometimes the comforts and the budgets are not as abundant as we would love, and he just soldiers it out right through like a young soldier. So, I mean, he does this from the heart as well.
And so do you, my friend, because I've known you all these years and I've seen you do your thing. Let's take another quick listen at The Answer Is Within.
Yeah.
Jah Steve and the Counteract crew. Album release party this Saturday, October 14th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Tree Lion, Juice Bar and Vegetarian Meals. Check it.
Living every day like a runaway, seems like I won't get nowhere. But deep down inside, I know if I tried, I've got to prevail. And even though sometimes I can be my worst enemy, this time I've got to be free. No more insecurity, because the answer is within. So listen here, my friend. If you first don't succeed, you can try again. And one day you'll see the change, 'cause it's supposed to be that way. The seeds that you sow, the fruit that you reap, was once just a dream. A never-ending now, that's the way to seek the great possibility. So don't set no destiny, let it be. It's all a journey. Take away the stigmas and labels we put on ourselves. You are who you are, just great like the stars, but like no one else. Because the answer is within.
Yes, indeed, the answer is definitely within.
Here, my friend, if you first don't see.
Sometimes people don't understand when they see Rastafari say, my Lord. They think that we're blaspheming, you know?
True.
But we're actually just bringing out the God in you and the God in me, you know? And when we say I and I, it's the same thing too. The God in the I and the God in I and I, which is one I, you know? So the answer is within because God is within.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like it says in the song, your greatest part of your conscience is God. You know, that great part of every man and woman's conscience is the God and the goddess that can only dwell within the temple.
Most definitely.
Of the being,
which is the human body.
The human body.
Yes, I.
So that answer is within our mind and our flesh and our souls.
Most definitely. I love it, my brethren. And only because of time, I'm going to take the interview now to a certain direction that I must take it, my friend. Otherwise, I would not be Norman Humble Lion Lawrence, you know?
I
want everyone to know that we're talking to a white Rastafari brethren. And why did I emphasize that? Why did I bring that up? I bring it up because we're living in some times right now whereby you know and I know. When I say you, I mean you, the audience, know, and I know, and Jah Steve knows, that they are intentionally, the powers that be, it's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it is what I call the powers that be, which is higher than that. All right? They are stoking what I call a race war. It has been planned for a very long time, and it is foolishness. And before I ask Jah Steve to just give his quick viewpoint, I'm the one interviewing you, but I'm just gonna. I'm passionate about this, and I'm gonna give you my quick opinion.
Yes.
The ignorance on both sides of the fence does not represent the vast majority of the people on either side of the fence.
No, you're absolutely correct. It does not.
And my brethrenship with you is proof of that. And the way how you move as a Rastaman is proof of that. And the way I see you move in the community is proof of that. You know, and that is the reason why I cannot join a race war. I have to join a right and wrong war, if anything.
Well, I'm glad that people like me can break down some of those barriers, you know what I mean? Because I'm a prodigy of this land of South Florida. I was born in Miami, grown in Broward County, South Broward County. I grew up listening to all types of music on the radio. Very once in a while, you can find a little bit of reggae on a Saturday, maybe on a Sunday morning on a certain rock and roll station. They do an hour segment of reggae if you get lucky. And then I tuned into WAVS 1170, and I heard Wagateeb and Jamusa and all these gentlemen doing their things all 20 years back, 25 years back.
Lanso.
And yeah, Lanso on the radio on Saturday nights, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And
another white brethren in the town, white Rasta brethren.
Yep, another barrier breaker.
Reggae warrior.
And you know, we just got hooked to the music. I had nothing. I'd never wanted to be a musician growing up, listening to all the other musics. Mm-hmm. And then one day, I went to a reggae concert down here in South Florida that was put on by like Jamaica
Awareness.
Mm-hmm. Foundation, and it was a great show with Dennis Brown and Burning Spear, and I realized, oh wow, all that big bassy sound is coming from the guitar, the bass guitar. I never knew the bass guitar can let off so much low end, and then I seen how happy the people were at these reggae shows, and I said, man, I got to be a part of this. But growing up in South Florida, we're such a melting pot of diverse people. By nature, we blend together. You know, in elementary school, I'm not born in the Caribbean. Like I said, I'm American born, and my best little buddies was Black American kids. Michael Anderson, Othel Jackson, these dudes was my best little buddies, and I was colorblind. And I grew up kind of colorblind in that essence, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you'd see ignorance come from different places and this and that. Yeah,
on both sides.
From both sides, for sure, and especially me, coming into Rasta in South Florida, a lot of dreads 25 years ago, and a lot of Rastas did not want to accept me.
Yeah. And still, you might still get some of that kind of fight, too.
Sure. There's going to be rejection, and I'm fine with that because I live with that rejection from both worlds because,
because
some
white
people
world
call me
don't
the traitor. And I'm trying to be in a black man's thing, and the black man says, yo, but this is just where my consciousness has led me, you know, and people know me now for all these years in the community as just really a humble soldier who loves music.
Well, I if anybody know anything about Bobo Shanti, well, it's a Bobo Shanti priest that introduced me to Jah Steve, and that Bobo Shanti priest is Jah Steve bona fide. I think they are more like brothers than anything else.
Yeah, Priest Dougie's like a mentor. They were the first ones to really accept me down here. Rastafari. You know, I was like 19, youth man. Yeah. You know, they was the first ones that said, yeah, you can come to our functions. Yeah, this is the food we eat. Yeah, these are the kind of things we drink. You know, yeah, you can come to our service. You can see how we praise Jah. You know, so that love is.
Yeah, man, and big up to Jah Dougie because because of that I get a little history with you because I ended up now being because you were known on what is known as the bar circuit,
right?
And then Jah Dougie had booked you, which was surprising to a lot of people, for a Rastafari banquet, which I ended up being the host for that. That was back in 2000. Yeah. And then after I met you and stuff, I said, hey, this is great music. And, although they're all white and Latin, I said, yo, I love this. So I started to book you now, and I became now one of the first, I became the first Caribbean promoter now to book you inside of the regular Caribbean community.
Yep. You opened a lot of doors for us and helped break down more barriers, you know.
And I'm also going to say that, you know, I appreciate love people like you, not only you know, yes, big up my brother Jah Steve, but I'm saying I appreciate love people like you. I'm going to tell you why. If it wasn't, and I'm going to say this slowly, because most of my people, not most, a lot of my people are what you call wagonists when it comes to the entertainment industry.
Sure.
We are creators of the music, but most of the fans of reggae music that are of Caribbean descent or Jamaican descent, they're really what I call wagonists. They might like it, you know, but if it's not something that's in the hype or in the, you know, they're not running to it.
Big time.
I have always stayed true to what I really love. Yes, I love all genres of music, all genres in the world, and I love all genres of Jamaican and Caribbean music. But I am more drawn to the roots and culture because of the message, to be quite frank with you, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that now to say this, that, you know, through my tradition, through New York, Philadelphia, and down here doing radio and doing events and shows and stuff like that, that if it wasn't for people like you, reggae, roots rock reggae music probably would not be as alive as it is today. I was going to say it a different way, but I don't want to create offense, but I'm still trying to make my people understand something that, you know, up until recently when they came with the reggae revival,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, the music was just drifting in a certain direction that we had the foundation set with Bob Marley, Burning Spear, whatever. And that's what you guys love, and that's what the Europeans love. And us in Jamaica, we're running down something else. So I'm glad for people like you, because I can say it loud and clear, because when I keep these concerts or I keep these, you know, reggae Sunday nights or whatever, it is mostly people like the item that show up.
It's an article. It's an article movement. You know what I mean?
You know?
It's a transcendence at this point of a consciousness. You know, it's a conscious mind gathering, where we're breaking down the barriers of colors and tradition. But yes, you know, it's good to be in this melting pot, and it's good to try to represent the music to my fullest. You know, to those who say, if you're not from Jamaica, or if you're not black, you don't have no business playing this music or being a part of this music. I respect that as your opinion, but we kind of breaking down some of them barriers. And like you say, Jamaica, unfortunately, they kind of let go of the torch of the roots and culture a long time ago, and even California and Europe got to pick it up. I'm in South Florida. I'm trying to represent Jamaica and the influence of music on a more Caribbean level, even though I'm not from the Caribbean. That's the way I know it to be authentic.
Look at this, man. You have artists like Perfect Giddimani, which most Jamaicans don't know about, or they might know about him from his one-hit song,
right?
Handcat Boy.
Yeah.
Yo, he has an album right now produced in Europe, and you want to check it out. It actually hit Billboard a couple of weeks ago.
That's what's up.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So
yeah.
we as, you know, I guess I think I have overemphasized the point, but I had to go there.
Yeah.
Only because of time now. I just want to remind the people that this Saturday, October 14, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., it's Jah Steve and the Counteract crew presenting their album release party, Stand Strong. You have anything else you'd like to say about that session?
Well, just I had a great time recording this album. I thank all the people that recorded it with me: Basil Creary, B Roots, Doran Clarence, Michael Gallo in South Broward Studios. They hooked it up, and I want to thank all of our sponsors that were going to be part of this upcoming CD release party. It's this Saturday night at Tree Lion, 5705 Hallandale Beach Boulevard. Please come out and meet us. Have a chance to hear some of the music, all the local artists, you know, people like King Banton, Culture Collie, all my comrades in the business over these years. You know, feel free, come down and show some of your talent to the people, and it's a party. It's a one love thing, you know. It's free admission also, and free parking also.
Give thanks, Virgin. Yeah. And, you know, we could go on and on. There are many things we could talk about.
Yeah, thank you for having me today.
I do give thanks, my Virgin. And this now, you know, from I first heard it, I told you that it was my favorite song on the CD, and it's gonna become a staple of mine. You have done other CDs when it was Fourth Dimension, and I like it, but I never gave you that kind of feedback because I keep it real all the time. And I'm saying that this track, number one, Warrior, not only how it's done musically, arranged and whatever, but also the lyrics. I love it, Brethren. We're going to close with this one. Blessed love, my brother.
Blessed love.
Yeah, man. Jah Steve in the Counteract crew. We don't have no gun, but we are warrior. We're not fighting against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high and low places. Remember this Saturday, October 14, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Tree Lion, Juice Bar and Vegetarian Meals. Check it. Stand strong.
To be